Welcome to another episode of Starseed Activations. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so incredibly much for joining us tonight. So we ever so gently wish to start by saying a quick gratitude to the star people. So thank you, dear star people, for joining us on this live channeling tonight. Thank you so incredibly much for bringing forward the best information that is in alignment with all of the people here watching. Thank you truly from my heart to all of yours. Now, for each of us here, we are going to start with a gentle Om. Now, an Om opens and expands the heart chakra system, allowing for a frequency of love to wash through us. So just ever so gently, each of us may take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. Excellent, everyone. Now I'm going to start by reading today's post. So as I was on my walk today, I wrote this. It is called the Rainbow Body of Light Activation. In the current simulation, most light flows through a toroidal expression which raises and falls in density levels. This may be observed through a soul form dropping into the third density viewpoint of a physical expression, then raising its density level back up, thus activating the rainbow body of light in the crystalline DNA genome. Now, what that means is, just imagine for 1 second, we're a soul form at our highest and brightest. And what we do is we choose to go into the third density reality. And the way that that happens is we have to fall. Now, during that fall, the light stream comes down in a spiral energetic. However, that spiral energetic is made up of 3 primary frequencies: the binary codex frequency, your experiential frequency, which is your age, what experiences you have walked through, and your location coding. These 3 frequencies make up a very particular bandwidth, which then spirals down in a vortex energetic, dear ones. This contains the entire Kundalini energetic systems. For 1/2 of this vortex is magnetic in its nature and connected to the left hand side of the body. The other half of the DNA expression is electrical in its nature and controls your voltage system. This voltage controls your thoughts. Your emotions come directly from the heart chakra system. Both of these frequencies spiraling down meet in the heart chakra, which then has access into the complete memory grids of your entire life, as well as any past or future lifetimes. Now, as a soul expressing itself into the third density reality, it is a toroidal field, which makes an infinity symbol, but it is located inside of the heart, for it has a cross or an X in its subsystems. This is relatively important, for any densities, any distortions can then be start to identify the location in the energetic grid structure, which then relates to a chakra system. This is how each of you shall start to control your nervous system nets. For the nervous system nets contain all thoughts as well as all emotions and may resonate different attributes when different experientials are fully witnessed. An experiential being any experience, however, it is the full emotional spectrum of such experience. One such example of this would be a paper cut. So if we get a paper cut, how did the paper cut feel on the first day, then the second day, the third day, the fourth day? It's very similar to that of witnessing a piece of fruit. And so say you have a piece of fruit on day 1, and then by day 10, you see the deterioration of such fruit. That is the entire experience of the fruit from the moment of conception or birth until the moment of the ending of the life. That is your experiential frequency. Now, this is very important because when we start to activate ourselves, we pull the consciousness back inside the body, we are able to start to control or modify each of these frequency waves. So your binary codex frequency is your hair color, your eye color, what your physical body looks and feels like. However, that frequency code can be very readily changed when we start to activate the control system. The control system is when we pull the spirit back within or inside the body. And through that process, there is another 0 point directly in the pineal gland. That is the control center. That is directly connected to the 0 point inside of the heart. These two systems flow vortex energetic back and forth between both. Now, when we start to locate and we start to activate this control center, your nervous system net is controlled by the thought grids and the emotions, which are controlled in the control center. Now, any manifestation, we are able to go into this system and we are able to energetically cast the thoughts, feelings, and emotions outward, thus controlling the nervous system net, which then changes or modifies our magnetics, which allows that particular manifestation to come into our current reality. Now, we do this in a multitude of ways. Any visual representation, so let's say you do a vision board, that vision board goes into the viewpoint lenses inside of your eyes, and it starts to trigger a type of emotional response in the nervous system net. Now, once again, that process takes a little bit of time. You may have to look at the vision board over and over and over again, but you also have to release resistance. What is releasing resistance? It is pulling the body and accessing that control system, because releasing resistance, the star people have always told us, it's a process of like releasing. And it's like, it's fine. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. We're releasing that energy. It doesn't have to come. If it comes, that's fantastic, but it doesn't have to. And staying neutral and grounded in the now moment is also key, because the second you release the resistance, you're allowing that energetic to change. Now, we know we have to release any densities or any expectations or judgments, any of these emotions, imprint the outer energetic grids. The energetic grid structures are directly connected to the nervous system net. So when we go inward and we start to affect this net, it will in time reflect outwards to the energetic grid structures, which then reflects outward into the simulation. Now, we can make internal circumstance changes, which is a bandwidth of different emotion codes or frequencies held. And when we start to go inside and we change the circumstances to how we feel or how we believe or how we think, many times the outer world will shift the reflection. And that reflection is key, because the second that we start becoming aware, oh, I changed something on the inside of me, which then changed the reflection on the outer world. So, for example, we did manifestations for world peace. And later on, those manifestations for world peace started showing up in my personal reality in the form of different reflections. And the reflections were seeing it on TikTok or listening to someone else discuss it. Or, for example, you may see it on TV or even in the newspaper, or you may be walking down the street and hear someone else discuss it. So that's not online. It's not something controlled by the artificial intelligence or anything. It is manifest in the real waking world. Now, I personally have had experiences in my life where we went through certain solar energetic shifts, and I held conversations with people, and the conversations I held with people, it was as if every sentence I was speaking was being mirror reflected back to me. And in that moment, I knew in my body, my mind, and my spirit that we are all truly connected, having one co-creative reality experience. However, there is truly one organism here. Now, because everything is quantum connected down at the subatomic levels, that means that when we energetically, now I choose to cast love and light. That's where my personal viewpoint is. That's what I choose in the now moment. So I choose to only teach of love and light. When we are in love and we heal ourselves, it feels better. Now, when we come into the heart, we open and expand and we hold unconditional love for all things, even the dark things, even the things that hurt. We still love them and we are grateful and thankful for the experience. It then allows us to shine this love and this light at every single item, person, place, thing, and planet. Any reflection in the outer world, we are shining this love and this light and this authenticity. Because when we truly love ourselves, we shine bright. And when we shine bright, we allow other people who witness us shining bright to then give themselves the permission for them to do the same thing. Now, when we start walking through our days and we start holding the higher emotion codes inside, let's say you're going for a walk in the park. As you're going for the walk in the park, consciously start to think these thoughts and these emotions. Thank you, Mother Earth. I love and I bless you, Mother Earth. Thank you for activating unity consciousness in the hearts and the minds of all of humanity, as well as any other star people who may be on the planetary surface. Now, when we start, there are aquafarians deep within the ocean that we are aware of from a human perspective. Those aquafarians or mermaids were caught on camera. There is a television show called The Mermaid Within. And so that's why I speak about extraterrestrials on the planet. Now, when we start to send love and bliss out to any and all individual beings who are on the planet, it starts to affect everyone. For a human is connected to a human collective consciousness grid. If there is any other races, such as animal, insectoids, or even planets, each individual species must contain an energetic grid, therefore surrounding the earth as well. We can go into different forms of meditation and we can feel, dear ones, into each one of these energetic grids for each plant, species, or being on your planet. For each one is a mirror reflection of the frequency stemming from within. We are able to hold unconditional love for each being on your planet, therefore sending extra light ions into their collective consciousness grid. This may even assist certain individuals watching tonight who are here to activate the magical creature kingdom. For dear ones, the process of visualizing a magical creature and sending this love-based emotion into their grid structure, which surrounds your planet, shall then act as a form of a frequency key, allowing any individuals who are in alignment to experience that manifestation to join in co-creating for that reality. The magical creature kingdom is readily available right now, for it is just at a different angle of time and space. Each individual watching may just have to make a tiny shift to the flicker rate, which runs inside of the heart chakra. That flicker rate controls your individual perception of time and space. When you start to activate a love-based emotion and you start to follow your highest potential timelines, it shall automatically raise your density levels, which shifts you into a faster frequency of time and space. That higher frequency of time and space shall automatically grant access into instantaneous manifestations. Those instantaneous manifestations are where the magical creature kingdom is located. Such magical creatures include the Fae or fairies. They consider the Fae, the gnomes, the rock beings, dragons, dinosaurs, and many other creatures that have once roamed freely on your planet. Now, because of different levels of density in their biological forms, you may still notice bones. And those bones are relative evidence of their presence. Beautiful, dear ones. Now, because the way matter and physics works, any idea may be manifest anywhere in the universe. We are all multidimensional in our true nature. Multidimensionality allows access into parallel realities, dear ones, and these parallel realities grant access into all potential timelines readily available. All potential timelines means any thought that may enter your mind through proper energetic casting may solidify into a physical reality for you to experience. However, we wish to remind each of you that the physicality of your reality is not solid at all. For atoms and molecules are under a state of vibratory frequency, which allows for the mind as well as your emotion grid to readily change or modify your reality. This is also the reason why you blink. For the process of blinking and closing the perception of the visualization allows for you to change what it is that you are manifesting very rapidly. For some beings do not contain eyelids. Their manifestation processes are readily different than yours. Their manifestations may take root deep within the earth and then change the resonance of the entire planet, which then in time changes their resonant manifestation. For you will be able to close the physical eyes and visualize the reality that you wish to experience. And then your subatomic levels will start a process of resonation. And that resonation is going to ever so gently shift you into a parallel timeline expression. There are different forms of walking manifestations as well, dear ones. For when you start to activate the control system, it shall then allow you to change or shift what you actually see. However, you must access a zone of focus. That zone of focus may feel as if you are in a daydream, and that daydream will then activate the control center, allowing you to change what you physically see. All changes must be in alignment with your heart, for your heart contains the emotional grid, and your emotions must cast a high frequency. That higher frequency is more of an oscillation, and it may be positive or negative in polarity. This is why, dear ones, when you start to activate your ascension timelines, which all of you have already done, you may notice that your heart is going to lead you back to a high frequency of bliss. Authenticity is a high frequency which shall allow the higher self to physically bond in your body. Authenticity is the lowest frequency of the higher self. For the moment, true energetic bonding between the higher self is solidified in your body, it shall then allow for a wide spectrum of higher emotional ranges to become fully readily available for you to tune into. These higher frequencies are that of a saint, for example, or the angelic realms, or for a frequency so light, it shall then allow for a very rapid perception of all and time and space. What that may look like is diving into the memory grid complex of the quantum codex. Your quantum codex contains all information of the multiverse, which shall allow access into a parallel reality version of the self, in which your complete life memories are completely different. However, activating the quantum self is how instantaneous downloads are readily available. For any and all information in the multiverse, you may then download into your individual light stream system. And that packet or download is going to allow for an instantaneous shift of the knowledge held within the heart. That knowledge held may then allow for access into a limitless perception. Beautiful, dear ones, and we are sending many, many love and blessings. Thank you, Star People, for this beautiful channeling tonight. Thank you for bringing forward the knowledge that each person needed to hear on the live streams. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Thank you so much. We will be hosting the Shadow Work Zoom tonight. So that is at 8:30 tonight. Anybody who wants to come, it is always complimentary, 100%. You could just send a message in to daniellelipton.com and I will send you the shadow work Zoom link. The shadow work Zooms we do after the live streams every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30. The topics that we cover are healing, energy clearings, different types of attachment removals. Tonight, actually, we are going to be doing a very special shadow work Zoom. So we are going to be doing a group energy clearing from all people who are on all of my social medias. Now, that is going to include different, diving into the chakra system as well as different experiential clearings, the star people are saying. However, if you wish to be included in that energy clearing, the star people can hear all of your thoughts right now. So just ask the star people or say thank you, and they will automatically include your energetic grids in tonight's clearing. So I personally am sending each of you many, many love and blessings. Well, I will see you guys Thursday, 7 p.m. for the next live stream. Excellent. You have a wonderful night and beautiful. Thank you, guys.